Hello, everybody. Happy New Year, and welcome to the William B. Finneran Pavilion here in Pennsylvania, where today we have a early edition of SimWorld U Hoops as the UNLV Running Rebels come into town to face the Villanova Wildcats. I'm B-Ron, and joining me today is Maestro. Maestro, Happy New Year, my friend. Good to have you here with me on the call.
Happy New Year, my main man, B-Ron. Happy New Year to everybody out there in SimWorld. Happy New Year to everybody on the moon. And Happy New Year to all of my former teachers from St. Francis of Assisi who are now still serving time in Colorado Supermax.
It is so good to be here with you, Maestro. And we have what should be a really fun game here on our hands. UNLV entering this game at 6-5, 4-1. In their last five, Maestro. Villanova, on the other hand, they are 6-3 and 5-0 in their last five on a 5-game win streak. Their last one was a win against San Diego State, and they're getting off to a hot start quickly. Right there.
Yeah, B-Ron, just going to get out the way, with our starting lineups here. Justin Bell is starting four for Villanova, along with Noah Jackson, point guard. Jamarius Lippman at shooting guard, point forward, or power forward, I guess. Hey, Aaron Lovejoy in the center, Mugen Williams on the other side, UNLV with shooting guard, Jarrell Beauchamp, point guard, Montel Cage, shooting forward or small forward, Jarrell Cook, the third power forward, which is going to be a lottery pick, everybody feels, Nate Hawkins, and at center, Keontae Smythe. These two teams are so, even though on paper they might look very different in terms of certain things, I'm gonna show you how close they are together. We know that Villanova is a scoring powerhouse, right? So if they play their offensive game the way they're doing right now, they're going to be basically playing hell all day on UNLV. However, UNLV is also a good defensive team. If they can find a way, now listen to me out, if they can find a way to get 3 extra stops a half on Villanova and they play their regular offensive game, they're going to find themselves in this game once we get into the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, and we will see how all this works, Maestro, because UNLV, this is a team that, to this point, some would say have disappointed so far. Because they have lofty expectations, especially in the Mountain West, Maestro. And we know conference play hasn't started yet, so we can't really talk about the conference part of it. But they're 6-5. This is a team that probably should, be closer to, having one, 2 or 3 losses versus where they are now.
Completely agree. And oh, by the way, cannot sleep on conference plays, particularly in the Mountain West. It's something that you and I were talking about off air. And oh my goodness, we're actually going to bring the audience into it a little bit here. We want to thank everybody for hanging out with us, of course, today on New Year's Day, as it were. But, it was something you said earlier. You said outside of Gonzaga, and I believe you said New Mexico. No, I'm sorry, outside of Gonzaga and San Diego State. Who else is there in the Mountain West? Well, check it out. We got New Mexico, we got Nevada. We have a couple other teams that might not have been in the main part of the conversation, but are kind of showing people something. Even St. Mary's have come with some sneaky wins over teams we didn't think they were going to, be able to conquer, so to speak, this season, right? So, yeah. The reality for the Mountain West, even though on a national level, we not only talk about a couple of teams, once you start digging inside the weeds of that conference, man, you're talking about some thick, steep competition. It might not always be ranked, but they're definitely tough.
Yeah, New Mexico are the reigning conference champions. So they're coming off a conference champion last year. So they're looking to retain. I actually did pick them to do so coming into the season. So it's a thing that they are in that conversation. But yeah, look at the Mountain West. This is the conference that has a couple of teams here who can really take over. And Justin Bell right now, Al Villanova to take over, coming out to a 10-2 lead for the Wildcats beginning this one.
This is just the start, B-Ron, that UNLV did not want to see happen. They did not want to see Villanova get super comfortable at home. We know they have a 198-game home stand going on right now, but this is definitely something that UNLV did not want to see happen.
Yeah, they're in the midst of a long homestand, Maestro. That is absolutely true. They don't play they don't go on the road here until January 29th
Wow.
when they
That's
play
like,
Seton Hall.
That's like 3
Other
or
than
4
that,
days
it's
away.
a home game.
That's almost like 3 or 4 days away. Don't do the math. It's hard.
Yeah, they have a bunch of home games in a row. I'm not going to count it. It's so many. It's very rare for a team to have that many home games in a row, but the schedule makers are certainly in their favor this season for sure.
And they got to make hay.
Good.
And they got to make hay, Ron. They have to find a way to make sure that this house arrest homestand actually counts for something. They need to make their hay now because once conference play kicks in the Big East especially, it becomes the war of attrition really fast.
Yeah, exactly. And so far, they've done a really good job during this homestand, Maestro. So they have a bunch of wins at home, a few losses at home too, but they're doing pretty good, I would say so. As that shot does not go. These are over here early in this one and attacking. Good block there. UNLV back the other way with them. We talked about the pace of play, how similar these two teams are. That layup does not go. Coach Kevin Kruger for the Running Rebels here runs a breakneck pace in the mid-two teams. Whereas on the other side of things, you've got Kyle Neptune, who runs a more deliberate, slower pace style and a man-to-man defense as well. The breakneck pace and deliberate styles are two very different things, but I think that you can use the deliberate as a deliberate fast pace or deliberate slow pace.
Yes, and that's a great point that you brought up there, B-Ron, because you can actually reset your transition game in the half-court offense. Bring everybody back to the three-quarter court, and you can actually restart all your backcourt movement, and that sort of sets up as what we call a half transition game. And if you have a lot of off-ball movement, you can get away with that. If you don't, it's just going to be problems.
Good recovery there. Bell has it here out on the perimeter. Give it inside. We're trying his best to get them going there. Decided to take out and reset things here. Cover down to 5. Mid-range jumper up and in. That's Lippman getting that one to go.
UNLV is doing everything wrong right now, B-Ron. I don't mean that. I guess I do mean it in a negative way. We know UNLV is not strong as an offensive rebounding team. All right, so they're going to give up that advantage. We know how strong Villanova is. So Villanova is not only getting second chance points, but they're also beating UNLV at every spot on the floor. UNLV needs to find a way to change something about their recipe right now to give themselves a chance to get back into this game. And it's going to start with the defense. It's going to start with them getting defense, trying to find a way to calculate some offensive rebounds into points.
Yeah, right now, nothing really going for them on the points as Cage fires another one.
Make me look smart. Make me look smart. Maestro know his stuff, yo. I'm sorry. I'm taking off much. Never mind.
Maestro is excited for the new year, clearly. And another one else as well. Again, thank you for joining us on New Year's Day for an early edition here of SimWorld U basketball. Now a great pass to the long side of the court, Maestro. Those are dangerous passes, and it worked out in UNLV's favor that time.
And we talked about UNLV being a very good defensive team. They're going to be disruptive in the lanes. It is almost as if a requirement is to play on UNLV, your arms have to be 4 inches longer than normal. So we know everybody has a wingspan here, and they utilize that by interrupting the lanes. What ball moving in traffic? What a recovery and what a defensive stop there by Villanova.
They're blocking up a fast break into their way. Can't finish it there. Tough break. The Wildcats, we'll get a timeout here. And Rebels are going to take a break. We're going to take one here as well. So 12:53 left in the first half of play. Come on back for more SimWorld U basketball.
When I'm not in the gym, I'll be playing outside with my older cousins. Once they seen I had some talent, they put a lot of time into my development. I got a really big family. They team them, so they seen it from the jump, so they always believe that. I'm among them, they run more.
มีไก่วงห้วย
我心着火，感觉热热的。
Tune in to No Missed Calls after every live stream, where you can hear unfiltered analysis of what went down.
Welcome back, everyone. 16-8, Villanova out in front here. They enter the number 21 ranked team in the nation. UNLV has bounced around between being ranked and unranked, so that's something Villanova finally got into that top 25 after what's been a great start over the last 5 games, Maestro, and how it over the last 5. And I think that we're seeing what Villanova team can be this season in terms of being a potential area title contender potentially.
Yes, and you know, Villanova has all of the tools, right? They have, I always like to start with my bigs, right? They have 2 very impactful and effective bigs, between Lovejoy and Williams. Everybody expects Lovejoy to be a second-round pick. I see him as being higher, to be honest with you, but that's just more prejudice kicking in. And also, of course, you have the inevitable, the one and only Justin Bell, who just seems to be everywhere at all points, at all times, on both sides of the ball. So they definitely have what it takes to be a contender, no matter what conference they're in. But there's such a power force in the Big East that it's interesting to see how it's going to play out the rest of the season.
Yeah, because you got to think UConn is still in the conference. Creighton's in the Big East as well. These are Villanova teams, but also they could be that top 3 of the conference this season.
Easily.
And there's a foul on DeMario Dang. Caught reaching in. As we'll see Darian Bolt check in.
Dang, DeMario. Sorry.
No, you're okay. You are fine. You are fine. I was like, I feel like I did there. I like this. I did there. We've seen Darian Bolt actually play really well the last few times we've seen Villanova play off the bench, Maestro. As there's a strong interior take there, 2 more points.
Really was.
6-point
really
lead the Wildcats, and now Kyle Neptune is going to take the time out here responding to the runner-up basket there. Is that a questionable timeout for you, Maestro?
You know what it really is. You know what? It really didn't feel like UNLV was changing the momentum enough where I want to call a timeout. Maybe the coach saw something in terms of their base principles that he didn't like. But you know what, B-Ron? Do you love SimWorld? If you love SimWorld, I can't love it more, B-Ron. It's a friend. It say she's just a friend. I'm sorry, that's a blacked out for a minute. I'm back. But while you're here, get somebody over here. Get 2 people over here. Come hang out at Maestro's house for a weekend or 2. Got all the food you want to have, everything else. We can just go in and party it up and hang out with my twin brother Maestro, and just smash that like button, smash that thumbs up, smash that share, smash the sandwich you're eating right now. Just smash everything and have a good time with us here in SimWorld.
Smash everything, and we've got 2 more games coming up this evening as well, folks. So stick around, or come back, I should say, rather.
There you
for
go.
Those later on in the evening, 8 o'clock game and the 9:30 game as well. Those are going to be good ones as we kick off New Year's broadcast. The only way we know how to is basketball.
That's right. We got Virginia and Houston hitting you up at 8 o'clock, And then we got Xavier, yes, the aforementioned San Diego State, rocking it out at 9:30.
9:30 and 8 o'clock are the next couple of games here on live broadcast. We'll come back for those. This one here, 6-point ball game. Wildcats holding on to a lead here, 11:50 left in the first half of play. Still plenty of time for the Running Rebels to get back into this one as Bolt swings the ball back around, mid-range jumper up and in. Great shot there from Noah Jackson.
We run as bad a start as it was for UNLV, or has been for UNLV. They're still very much in this game. They just need to find a way to start taking advantage. Oh, what a strong move!
Man, A.O. Wilson. What a move that was. I was not sure that was going to go down, but it somehow did, Maestro.
I love seeing little guys go into the trees and do that thing. You know, that's my thing. That's my jam right there, boo. I'm telling you, that I just love that. Love that attitude, and hopefully it's going to spark the team to a little bit more electricity, as they say here in the hood, and get it done.
A.O. Wilson. Look out below for A.O.
That's right. Do that fist pump. You earned that time, boo.
Absolutely earned it. Wide open lane to the basket. Once he got by his defender, it was a formality at that point, Maestro. Now pass inside. Villanova respond. Two of the arrow.
That needed to happen for Villanova. That needed to happen for Villanova in the worst kind of way.
Yeah, it definitely needed that one, my friend. When you allow an interior bucket, you run right back, but you can't give it up, and they don't give it up there that time.
What a pass. In cycle, in section. Just rest the shot just a little bit.
Going to Mario Dang, shifting his feet. Yep. Shifting his feet on the screen. And that'll get you that illegal screen call more times than not.
Yes.
I'll be aware of those, Maestro.
Illegal screens are all about lack of communication. You have to know that's why you practice and work together. I have to know your tendencies when I set a screen at a certain spot with what you're going to do. And I can't second guess that once we're in gameplay.
Yeah, no time for second guessing yourself. And what goes into a good screen, Maestro, to where you're not having that illegal screen be called like that?
So first of all, I need to know where our leverage is as an offense, okay? Look at that straight move to the paint.
A.O. Wilson been the spark of this run here that UNLV's been on, cutting this lead to 20-16. Another timeout here for Villanova. 9:40 left in the first half. We'll take a break. I'm right back.
See the game, be the game.
Green light, let's get it. 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 I'm the future, I'm in it. Check score, I'm winning. Green light, let's get it. I just win. I'm on 10. Hello, I'm Himothy. I got the recipe. I got the flow. I got the remedy. I know they do. I know they envy me. Feet on the floor. What they gon' say now? We came along from last place, bottom to top of the fast pace. Out of this surf, I get touchdown. I take a loss, get it back 8. I'm in the gym putting numbers up. You never there, you got bad traits. Never excuses or cover ups. Learn from the losses and bad breaks. Green light, let's get it. I'm the future, I'm in it. Check score, I'm winning. Green light, let's get it. I just win. I'm on 10. Green light, let's get it. I'm the future, I'm in it. Check score, I'm winning. Green light, let's get it. I just win. I'm on 10. Who said I wasn't him? Who said it? All this talk about who's on top of who.
Welcome back, everyone. 2016. Villanova seen at least straight over the last couple minutes thanks to A.O. Wilson off the bench. He's got the last 6 points for the Running Rebels in this one. It's been a big part of their run, Maestro. We talked about illegal screens for the break. Let's get back into that one. What makes a good screen to where it's not an illegal one, like we saw earlier, that kind of sparked this run for UNLV, actually?
So first thing I need to know is where the leverage is from offense. Where is the 2 versus 3 or the 4 versus the 1? So that means I need to know where on the floor you can move without running into traffic. I also need to know your tendencies. Do you power move with your left hand? Do you power move with your right? Can you do it with both? I also have to know where you want to go, and that's how I position myself. I don't just stand there. I stand myself in a place where you can use me if you choose. And I have to know your tendencies. I have to know the offensive tendencies. It's not just going up there, standing there, putting my hands across my lower sides and hoping that you're going to use me or not. It's knowing what's going on around you.
It makes a lot of sense, and everyone else kind of has to be aware of it too. When you're not jumping up in the space like you see there, and it's a turnover as a result. Now the Costa Markham ball in his hand. Villanova brings it back out. Now going inside, off the glass and in. Banks is open today. That's Tayshaun Huff.
But I like the way Wilson, the smaller player, made him work for every single inch of the floor he had down in the post.
Steal from Bolt. Opening the pack, pulling for a jumper, draws a foul. In and out, no points. So Montel Cage gets hit with his first foul of the contest.
I think Villanova got away with something there. It looks as though Bolt initiated a lot of that contact before it went off. Maybe I'm not seeing it right, but it looked like a lot of it was offensive player initiated. And unfortunately, though, the guy who's second in line always gets caught with the penalty, right?
Yeah, exactly. And unfortunate for him, he's on the receiving end of that. And Bolt misses the first free throw, and that hasn't been something he's done a whole lot this season. 92% free throw shooter entering the contest today.
If you can keep me in the 90%, you always have a chance for a slot on any team and any level and anywhere in the entire universe.
Yeah, great free throw shooter is Darian Bolt, and this whole team, for that matter, is also a really good free throw shooting team. Top 10, top 5 in the nation.
Mm-hmm.
And Maestro, again, they're shooting 75% as a team from the free throw line. That's insane. But what's also insane is the play of A.O. Wilson right now. This young man is putting UNLV on his back right now. Off the bench, I might add.
He said, "Ayo, hey, I dunk, send me one go."
Trying to bring UNLV a victory here in this one. They're looking to continue their hot streak over the last 5 games. They did lose their last game last night to Georgia Tech, a 66-58 win, 58 loss to the number 4 team in the nation. If you're gonna lose anybody like that, it may as well be them, right?
Absolutely, and Georgia Tech is definitely showing us something this year. And that's another tough move down inside. I tell you something. Villanova might have a 9-point lead here, but UNLV is making them work for every single half point.
And there's the ball poked loose. Bolt picks up the ball on the steal, and they're coming back the other way with it here. That was DeCosta Markham who scored that last one. Bolt gonna try his luck from the free throw line. Can't get it. Now Cage being guarded by Bolt. We're down to 7 minutes left here in the first half of play. Tough look there on Hawkins and couldn't get it to go. And as we check our numbers here, the stats on the game, Maestro, I'm sorry, Nat Hawkins has not scored a single point yet in this one, and that is rare to see, and that is honestly surprising, but credit where it's due to Nova's defense doing their part to limit and shut him down, and they tried alley-oop. Did not go. DeCosta Markham picking him out of the air, and he can't get the points on the first attempt. Second chance, no. Third time, foul, yes sir. Hoop and the horn. We're going to take a quick break until the free throw from moving away. Folks, come right back. Welcome back, everyone. Morgan Williams at the line. Converted the shot before the break here, and now a chance for the old-fashioned three-point play. Make it a 30-18 Villanova lead. He does miss the free throw. Hawkins grabs the boards to scoreless, and then Hawkins has mentioned before the break. He's got to find a way to get going, Mike, because he is the engine for this vulnerable team, and he's not going to get it going there. Instead, has his shot rejected by Morgan Williams, and he is fired up in the face of Nat Hawkins, even giving him the business there.
Don't bring no biscuit to a biscuit party. I don't know what that meant. Anyway, I tell you that what UNLV hopefully learned is when they ran everything through A.O. Wilson, they got points, they got movement inside, they got everything happen. They went back to running the ball through Montel Cage. What did they get? Turnovers, steals, and bad possession. Somebody on the bench needs to pull Coach Kruger aside and say, we need to run everything through A.O. right now. He's the one that's got us going.
He's got him going, and Justin Bell has his Wildcats going as well. 31-18 now. Wildcat leading. Bell so far, they leading scorer for the Wildcats is now 8 in the contest so far. Been a balance ever so far for the Wildcats in this one. Bell has 8, Lovejoy has 6, DeCosta, Markham, and Huff also have 4, and Littman as well with 4 points. Yes, I'm out here on the floor. Maestro, your time is fine, man. Why don't you take a minute and shout out to some of our lovely users who watch us on YouTube.
We got you, Cole Collins, Coach Dre Pope everywhere, collecting checks from everybody he can do it from. You know Jalen Richards, he's doing what he got to do, saying what he got to say. Swimmer dude. That's all I'm going to say. Swimmer dude Pinker. I just like saying swimmer dude. That's just what it is. You know Kai Killens is out there taking people's information and selling on the black market. Jay Imadoria, what you got, fam? What you doing on there? Eyes real, Hannibal. Yes, you are. Real 100%. You know the deal. You know, they just appreciate everybody for hanging out with us here today and, you know, having some fun with us on New Year's Day. Hopefully everybody had a safe and a real good time. And more importantly, yeah, that's it. That's all I got.
Well, yeah, thank you all again for tuning in with us today. And Saturday, Maestro, the Golden State Showdown's going down. 2 p.m. Eastern. Championship game, we started around that time. That's going to be broadcasted on SimWorld TV. Local broadcast throughout the day for that one. That's going to be so fun, and I'm looking forward to seeing that one. Bay Area Breakers in that one. Best Coast Ballers are in that one. A lot of teams on the West Coast in that tournament, Maestro. I am a little surprised, before you say what you're going to say, I'm a little surprised that the OGs were in there, all the way out from Boston to the West Coast to play in that tournament.
Well, you know what? If you want to be the best, you got to beat the best, right? And the OGs have never been afraid to meet everybody on their space. That's just the way it is. And it's going to say it right now, too, something else. Every prep tournament, the SimWorld admin people back in Houston have really gotten their game on point last year. I can't believe I just said that after they suspended me a couple of times. But in terms of setting up the prep universe and what they're able to do now with these tournaments on the weekend is so much more dynamic. We're so much more able to see the growth of those young men and even the coaches and what's going on. We're losing a bunch of coaches to SimWorld U, but here's the deal though. It is almost a perfect setup because we really get a chance to see what these kids are able to put together, and it's just a lot of fun for me. I'm not going to lie about it. I'm being selfish. It's just a lot of fun.
Hey, nothing wrong with being a little selfish at times, Maestro. I understand that. SimWorld Prep has come a long way, and I think the tournament format has been really good for them over there. A lot of the players might not agree with that, but that is not for us to make decisions about, of course. We're only here to call games.
That's right.
You are playing them.
That's right.
With the hand you're dealt. 33-19. Villanova out in front, and UNLV, they really haven't. They've shown a few flashes of trying to make this a game again, Maestro, but they've fallen off a little bit here with these last few minutes and winding down the second half of play. Ayo Wilson he's been a big spark for them, and unfortunately that shot front rims out.
Yeah, he's pressing because he knows that he's the spark, but they've not been in sync because they switched out between him and Cage, which I kind of don't agree with that. I kind of understand though, if something as my starting point guard, I need to make sure I give him the chance to get the run going. But 94 feet, that's all I'm saying. 94 feet, the score hasn't changed. But
94 feet and the line, yes. Watch those feet, young man. In the wrong way, can't do that.
No. So, but the idea here is UNLV. If I were to say that they need to do one thing right now to get themselves back in the game, they need to crash 3 jerseys to the offensive board on every shot. Every time the ball goes up toward their rim, I should see 3 red jerseys, or whatever color that is, on their way to the rim.
Yeah, and there's some good defense right there.
Yes, it is.
Saw it on display, not allowing the easy interior. Lucas Wilson has his shot rejected by this intimidating, very tall interior, the forwards and bigs of Villanova. Is that long three-pointer? Ball. Talk about a long-distance ball, Mike.
Well, Villanova can score from anywhere on the floor. When you got 2 7-footers that can do that, it just makes you that much more dangerous.
Yeah, and let's keep this in mind, folks. These are pro-level three-pointers that these kids are taking even down here to Cimarron U level. From Cimarron U, everything is being positioned for the pros, so they are taking those long pro-level three-point shots. And those are not easy to make if you're not used to them. So these kids are showing that they can hit those. It's a good time for them going forward in the future.
100%.
3 minutes left here in the first half of play. If you're UNLV, we're winding down the first half of play here, Maestro. What's that magic number you're hoping to get to say that we're happy with where we are heading into the locker room? That there's a blocking foul on Beauchamp.
Okay, I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm not gonna say nothing. That looked good to me, but I'm always biased toward the charge. My magic number right now is 15. If I can get to 15 or anywhere close to 10, but definitely at least 15, I think I'm giving myself an opportunity here.
All right, baseline of 15, not bad. We'll see if they can get there as we wind down the first half of play. 2:30 left to go here in this one. Inside, trying to get a shot up, does get it up and over. Good stuff.
Be there. Up and over. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm back.
Good stuff for Villanova, for UNLV right there as they're trying to cut in this Wildcat lead. Bell attacking. Well, the contact, no foul call. Does get his own rebound. We'll get a second chance here. DeMario Dang back out to Bell in the corner. Screen coming from Lovejoy. Decides against it, does Bell. Now gets it out for a three-pointer. For the deep two, looks like. And Littman gets that one to fall.
And that's exactly the case. If you rack that play again, that was a bad screen because you funneled your man into traffic. But Villanova's so explosive and they're so weaponized that they were even to make a bad screen, turn a bad screen into 2-point.
A 20-point lead here for the Wildcats. They are doing really good cooking at home, and Lovejoy hitting the foul on that one.
Well, Lovejoy has an argument there. If the guy's going to be in the lane for 7.5 minutes, I should be allowed to hit him at least one time.
But at least one time, right? I mean, he did. He sure did. That's Canyon Waring going to the line here for the running Rebels. He's averaging around 66% from the free throw line, Maestro, so far this season. Is that one rims out?
Listen, not even your fault. That's not even the announcer's mush. He had already mushed before he got there.
He already said it, right? Yeah. You see,
So-
we timed it just right. It was already up in the air. So,
Exactly.
you know.
Exactly. Not on me. Not it. Oh. So, B-Ron, you want the good news or the bad news first?
Good news first.
Okay, good news first. The good news first is Villanova is actually playing to their schedule, ahead of their scoring schedule for the year right now. So that's really good for them. The bad news, UNLV is behind the scoring schedule, and they cannot afford to do that. Not against this Villanova team. They're just not explosive enough to make any big runs. And right now, it's getting late awfully early as this game is trying to get away from them.
Yeah, a good friend of mine says that you can't win it early, but you sure can't lose it early. And Villanova's doing their, UNLV rather, doing their part to lose it early in the first half of this one, as they are looking at a 41-24 deficit. Could extend here before the first half hits zero. Bell being double teamed. Over to Lovejoy. Now back to the middle. Jackson Byers didn't get that one to go there. 25 seconds left. Wilson, guarded by Bell, pass inside. Double team comes. Now back over to Waring, and that is rattles around. Oh, good. Shot clock is off. Bell and company bring up the floor. Jackson gives it inside and tries to get it to Lovejoy. Couldn't get it to him. Instead a deep three. No good. And that is going to end the first half right there. A 41-24 Wildcat lead. Number 21 team in the nation up heading into the locker room.
Nova needs to figure out a lot of things for themselves here, B-Ron. They need to figure out and miss shots in the points. Move forward as to keep playing the game that they want to play. When they ran the offense through their leading scorer, Io Wilson, who's leading their team with 9. Ayo Wilson, I'm sorry. Thank you from the truck for correcting me on that. That's like saying Ayo, but Ayo is awesome too. They were actually able to make some damage, but they're not getting the rebounds and not getting the stops they need to get. Villanova's just playing Villanova ball right now. Jamaris Lippman leading them with 12 points and Justin Bell right up there with 8. It's going to be a messy second half if UNLV doesn't make some changes there, B-Ron.
Yeah, we'll see what changes are made. Second half coming at you, folks. Come right back for it.
Simworld.
It's a place where average Joe can work on his craft and grow. Say you the new magic, yo. Well, why you ain't passing though? Better get you a basket, bro. Cause this ain't no Madden, no. This is real ball life from prep to pro. Gamar Park, this ain't no fashion show. It's the opportunity for you to be the one to shoot the 3 in the clip. Game on the line. They like, who is he? Must be the 2-3 or 2-4. The 1 twice. Coach saying do more. Scouts like that boy nice. Drive up the price. Push up the stock. Build up your name. Stir up the pot. Piss off the eye. As a player or a coach, here it is, dog. Simworld. This is your shot.
Yo, Yells.
Simworld.
You know your boy gotta get some of this, right?
Simworld.
Rick Blaze.
Simworld.
Ladies love. Let's go.
I be on some ballers, trying to get my hands on a scholarship. Pretty young thing already knew my name, said she wanna try out on a scholarship. Hold up, let me PG it. Porn go past, but you know I'm gon' do it. Podcast fast, big Bob on the snacks, and you know I'm in my bag when March can't beat it. Baby, I be drippin' with my foes tipping. Shot out to the ballers, no bull like I'm Pippin. Rick Blaze hit him with the freestyle. Sim World hoops, man, them boys wild.
Simworld. 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 Simworld.
And then when their lead expanded, they turned into a highlight machine, except for the problem was there was no film in the camera. Spikes.
Welcome back, everyone. Second half action. You know what that means. It's time to throw up those deuces. Second half action coming at you. 41-24, the number 21 team. Villanova out in front on UNLV. Can they hold on to it? That's a good start for UNLV. There's a lot more of that. And good things like that to keep going their way in the second half, Maestro.
They need to find a way to do more of that and also get stops. So this needs to be a three-pronged effort for UNLV. They need to step up their defense, get Villanova off their offensive schedule, turn those defensive stops into transition games to give themselves a chance to score more quickly. And whenever the shot goes up for UNLV, 3 jerseys around the rim.
3 jerseys, 4 jerseys. Get them all down there for all we care, right?
Yeah, listen, you can't hurt.
yeah, right? Can't hurt. So what if no one's cherry picking down the floor, right? Now, real quick, that was one of my favorite things to do, Maestro. Get down the floor. Everybody's not paying attention to me. I'm gonna get on the floor. I'm gonna catch it. I'm gonna lay it up. Boys, I can live with that.
And I would always be looking for you because I didn't care where I was on the floor. I was always coming in and crashing the boards to the point the coach would say, when you take the shot, you need to throw this man back the hell up and play defense. Maestro, why are you running there? You just like to get hit, don't you? Yes, sir.
yes, sir. Exactly. Rugen was 1 of 2 there at the line for the big man. And there's more strong interior defense, but taking a chance to UNLV. That one also no good. They got the thing they wanted, Maestro. Couldn't finish it that time. Bell trying his luck there, and he does get that one to go for him.
They have not been shooting well behind the 3-point lane. 1 for 7 right now. I believe that make them 1 for 8. They're just not doing well behind the 3-point range. And oh, by the way, when I talk about something that I'm gonna give you credit for something you said earlier. Nat Hawkins finally getting some points, but sort of being outsized and outclassed down low. That could have some SWBA implications in terms of the scouts who are looking at him and thinking about him in the draft.
Yeah, very well could. We're talking about a guy who is a potential lottery pick right now, listed here at 6'7", 234 pounds. And you look at a guy like that and you might say, well, he might not be able to hang with some of the bigger guys in the league. We're talking about guys like Wemby or Anthony Davis, given his age. I don't care. He's still dang near 7 feet tall. You can say positionless basketball you want to, but if a guy is 6'7", and I'm putting on a guy who's 6'10", I'm a little concerned about that personally.
Unless they're able to utilize their footwork,
yes,
in order to give themselves leverage, no matter the height. And it's all about that. But you have to be willing to put in that work, learn your opponent, learn how they play, but also know where you need to be in the case of where the ball comes off the rim. When you watch and study a guy like Dennis Rodman, there's probably very few players better than him to knowing how the rotation of the ball, where the ball was shot from, who was shooting the ball, to know where the ball was going to come off. Because so many times you see cats try to block him out, he would just walk over to the other side of the rim, and guess what? He would get the rebound because he recognized the physics of the ball and where the ball was going to come to. And that's something that is kind of hard to coach. You have to be willing to put in that work to make that happen.
There's a great pass. Great speed inside. And look at this, Maestro. Leads cut down. Good bid here. Signs of life for UNLV. 44-32. Was looking ugly earlier, but this is why you stick around, right? We always say it, Maestro, and we always see people in the chat. Game starts looking the slightest bit ugly, and we start freaking out. Oh, it's over. GG's, no GG's here. Not till it hits triple zeros anyway.
Every possession counts. I preach that all the time. Everybody looks at me cockeyed and sideways when I say that. Every possession counts.
Exactly, my friend. Basketball, as we say all the time, is the game of runs. If UNLV goes on a big one here, they'll find themselves right back in this game. That is not a good shot. I think Lovejoy got a hand on it or not, but regardless, don't matter. The miss all the same. or Williams gonna handle it rather. Not Lovejoy. Lovejoy, the one who got the foul called on it, who got the foul drawn. Keontae Smythe and his defense there.
Every shot's going to be contested. You have to know that's coming. So you have to make your focus about actually scoring the bucket, accept the contact, welcome the contact, welcome that physical feedback, as it were. But always focus on the shot, because guess what? If they don't make contact with you and you're focused on contact, you're already thrown off. However, if they do make contact with you and then you're focused on the shot, you still have an opportunity to make the shot to get the hoop in the arm.
Exactly. Aaron Lovejoy leading the team in field goal percentage, 69.1%, and also enters the game at a 58% free throw shooting percentage as well. And this time, a perfect 100% from the line.
Just what you need to be, and for all you other players out there, you want your in-game free throw percentage to be at least in the 70s. At least in the 70s. You want it, it's the free throws for a reason. All right. See if you can get yourself in the 70s. Strive to be in the 80s. Aim to be in the 90s, but try not to miss any of them. To give yourself an opportunity to be taken seriously as a player who's working their craft.
And Aaron Lovejoy showcasing his post moves right there. You mentioned earlier, Maestro, that you thought that he was a higher than a second round pick. You thought he could possibly be a first round pick, and that looked like some first round pick kind of move right there, even if it's late first round kind of move.
And I know it's big bias for me. I'm more than, oh my goodness gracious.
Back block from Lovejoy. Williams denied at the rim as well. The Villanova big this side is really a problem for this UNLV team, and that makes them so dangerous. Just in general, Maestro. I know we spoke about it earlier in the game, but gotta bring that back up. That's been, I think, the big theme of the day for Villanova, using their size, their advantage, as Tyreek DeCosta Markham does his thing there as well. His 269.
Say it again. Size and athleticism will win every time if you have that third element, and that's that thing pounding inside your chest, that drive, that determination.
Yep, and we're seeing the frustration continue for Nat Hawkins and his 90s. Visibly frustrated out there on the floor, scowling as he runs down the court. Back on defense, DeCosta Markham once again scores. And this is a guy who's only averaging 3.9 points per game, Maestro. And now I know it's not all about points, Maestro, of course, but the impact you can have on the game by getting those extra points for your team, if you're not a guy who's used to scoring a lot of points anyway, that helps a lot. And DeCosta Markham doing this thing for today.
You have to know yourself. You have to know what your team is able to do. You have to know what you're able to do, and you need to be there for your team if they're missing something.
100%, and UNLV finally getting the bucket there as they've gone cold coming out of the gates here in the second half. It looked like it was, let me to the back. It looked like they had something going there for a little bit there, but it's quickly faded away, Maestro.
You have to be consistent with Villanova. They are very simply just too good for you to go in spurts. UNLV is not the offensive kind of team that can hang with them if they're going to make this offensive game, which is becoming, or is, I should say, has been. They're just not that type of team. So they need to find a way to drag Villanova into the mud with them to make them feel like they're fighting a badger inside a phone booth. And they're just not able to do that right now.
Yeah, Villanova has all the mojo on their side. They're going to take a timeout here as well. 54-38, Nova out in front. We're going to take a break here ourselves. Be right back.
Yo, it's your boy. Check out Talking Dirty with me so we can catch up on prep news and some more sports. You know the deal. Holla at your boy. See the game? Be the game.
Won't go. Rebound Bosch. Back out to Allen. His three-pointer. Bang!
Now there's a steal by Bird. Underneath the DJ. What's this going to be? Lead pass. Roll.
Welcome back, everyone, as we get back to game action here. Maestro, we are starting to see the effects of recruiting across SimWorld U as teams prepare for next season. UNLV right now doesn't have any commits yet. Villanova has 2 right now. They've got Losi Thomas, the number 45 ranked recruit, and Wade Rose as well, coming from Canada. But there are some big name players who've reclassified around the nation and have committed to teams. Dave Midoriya comes to mind, still looking for a team, but we're also talking about guys, of course, like Kai Killens and Almighty Soul. Soul, one of the more recent reclassifications up to this current crop of 17-year-olds entering SimWorld U next season to join Alabama. And Alabama and Kai Killens, Alabama will get Almighty Soul and Kai Killens next season. Thoughts on that, Maestro?
Well, you know, just to say this, and I kind of peeked over your shoulders. You were brainstorming an article you got coming out about this, so I really can't wait to see what you do. So I'm stealing some stuff from you now, but I'm not going to give it all away because I'm nice like that. I like the fact that these, I would say students, these athletes have this opportunity to do that. The reality of it is, and I'm just going to say this. Someone is going to have to show me that they can recruit on defense too. And I'm not saying that Almighty Soul and Kai Killens cannot play defense. That's not where I'm coming from with this. But that's not what people think of when they think of those players because of how they produce on the weekends, right? So if Alabama right now, stacking up the team the way they're doing it, I have some questions about who's going to be the stopper because you just can't develop that overnight. That's something you kind of bring a little bit of that with you. So it's going to be curious to see how this is going to play out. Not just for Alabama, though. A lot of teams are looking at guys who with the offensive output because they know you have to score points to win games.
Right, exactly. And scoring points is obviously a big part of basketball. Maestro all the time. We talk about the flash that comes with the offense. And we've seen it today with guys like A.O. Wilson and Justin Bell, Noah Jackson. These guys have these flash offensive games that get you going. But you need defense as well. And we'll see how it goes for Alabama next season. Name value alone is nice, but it's what you do with that name that is what matters. And I'll save the rest for my article coming up later in the week, to look out for that.
Gonna be nice. Can't wait to read it, my brother. And oh, by the way, have you seen Yales yet this year? Because I you know what, he said something last night on the broadcast about me and Lava talking about that we used to play back in our dress shoes. Yeah, we played in our dress shoes, but I also want to let him know that when we played baseball, we also played in dress shoes. And how we made our spikes was we put roofing nails through the bottom of our shoes to develop spikes. So I got a bone to pick with Yales when you see him. Just let him know. And you know what? Him and B-Ron, him and Blaze be ignoring my texts all the time. I'm trying to feel some kind of way about that.
Unbelievable, Maestro. I don't know why they would ignore a guy like you in text form and or in person. I can't believe it. It's a shock to my system, I'll tell you that much. Happy 2025, I guess, right?
2025, baby. Look at it.
2025, the year of Villanova and their explosive offense and tremendous interior defense. Both those things have made their impressions today on this UNLV team. Has made life really difficult for UNLV all game long.
And this is an example of UNLV not being the explosive offensive team that we see them being. Look how long it took them to get off the shot. 9 seconds left to go in the shot clock, and the shot was contested. You are not going to catch up with a team like Villanova that just have a bunch of Kentucky-born, bred thoroughbreds running the floor. You're just not going to do it against a team like this. Villanova, okay, I'm sorry. UNLV needs to be the team to change the way they play to get back in this game. Villanova doesn't have to change anything. UNLV needs to be smart, realize what they need to do well. Yes, they're down by 20 with 11 minutes left to go in the game, but guess what they can do? They can start crashing the offensive board. They can start going for steals. They need to change the recipe, otherwise the cake's still going to taste the same.
Right now, the cake is not tasting good for UNLV. They haven't added all necessary ingredients, Maestro, to get it there. Villanova, on the other hand, looks real good. And this is kind of what we've seen from them over the course of this 5-game win streak that they're on, Maestro. I feel like we've been here a lot for Villanova over the last few weeks, ending last year and now coming into this year, we've been here a lot, and we've seen this Villanova team look good, and they've looked better and better each time we've seen them, Maestro, which is really scary in my opinion. When you talk about, again, looking ahead to conference play starting towards the end of this month, Big East play coming up for all the teams starting conference play at the end of this month here. This is just a really good showcase of what you can do and how dangerous this Nova team can be.
And also shows you the IQ from the coaching staff to the players. Here you are on basically a home arrest schedule, which means you're playing home for like 19 months in a row, right? Yeah. The things that you have to work on, how you have to keep your brain open and aware to get yourself not only settled for being at home, but knowing that at some point you're going to be on the road for a long time too. The fact that they're able to do this, maintain this consistency, speaks to their willingness to do the classroom work, being able to, we had a charge? Was that a charge? We got a charge? Dancing. It's a dancing machine. Oh, baby. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm back. What are we talking about? Charge, yeah, black. Yeah.
Instead of the dancing queen, dancing king is my play.
There you go, baby. You know, the idea here is Villanova has shown that they have the mental capacity to maintain being at home, because it's hard being in the same arena all the time, practices and games. I can't imagine that the coach is taking them other places just think you're used to seeing some other place so it can be fresh when they come home. I don't know that. I'm not saying that's what they're doing, but the reality of it is you have to change your sight lines and your eye lines at some particular point, because guess what? When they hit the road, they're going to hit the road for a long time, and every night's going to be different.
Every night is going to be different, Mike. That's when you get into conference play too. These are teams who you know intimately at the course of multiple years playing in the same conference. So things might change, yeah, but the impacts and the interconference rivalries, those don't change too much. That intensity ratchets up to a whole other level once you get into conference play.
Well, okay, think about it. You know, now with AAU ball, travel ball, prep ball, these players know each other. By the time they get to Stimwell U, they've known each other in some cases for almost 8 years. They've grown up together. So it's not like they're strangers anymore, right? The only thing that changes is the coaching and coaching principle and the teams that they're on. However, and I'll say this, two of my best buddies went to a rival school in college, and as close as we were in high school, when we got to college and those rivalry games came, they were the first faces I was looking for to throw an elbow at. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's always different. You can play with and against your friends, but when it comes to those rivalry games, Maestro, it's all business at that point in time. Like you said, give your what's an elbow between friends, right?
You know what? Listen. If you my boy, and I catch an elbow from you every now and then, hey, you're my boy. That's what it is. You know, the fact that you care enough about me to want to elbow me instead of somebody else just shows me the respect and love we have for each other.
Yeah, exactly. And there's a steal from Montel Cage. You see Cage and Wilson here on the floor at the same time. We know that Wilson's been a big spark for the Running Rebels today. Unfortunately, it hasn't been the overall success, but oh my goodness. What a ferocious slam that was. Falling on the hardwood here. Man down for UNLV, and not going to get the basket there.
Oh, man!
That's when you got to make.
And who was that? A.O. Williams.
A.O. Wilson on the defense. Small guy. Defending like that, too.
Love it.
With a gritty style of play from Wilson.
It does it. Now here we go, talking about screens. That was not a good screen because he funneled the only option to use the screen was to run back into traffic. Those are the little things that I'm talking about. That coach is going to pull these guys aside and say, okay, why did you set up that screen there when the only option your man had to use you was to run into two other defenders? Those are the simple things that the coaching that needs to happen in the classroom to make the players more aware of how to set up a good screen.
Yep, and we're going to see 5 guys getting ready to come in. Villanova's got 3 over there ready to check in. You know, he's got two. We're down under 10 minutes in this game. 9 minutes to go in the contest. Inside the bell and puck. Layup. Getting it to go through the contact.
Villanova's just so tough.
So tough. And the Run Rebels going to take a timeout. This place is rocking. The William B. Center and Pavilion is going absolutely bananas, Maestro. And we are going to step outside really quick. Base and Bills. Right back, folks.
You're a man of style. Children drive Hummers. You're not a child. You're a big boy. Introducing Big Boy Tricycles by Carl Anthony Towns.
When I was a kid, I never got a tricycle. Now that I'm an adult, I created my own line.
Harness the power of threes. Style, elegance, and youth. Big Boy Tricycles by Carl Anthony Towns.
I'm an adult on a ball of tricycle.
Do you have the mind of a coach? Are you willing to fight for your players? Can you handle it when things get heated? Can you manage your star player's ego? Can you handle the stress? Can you become a legend? The only place in the world where you can coach live in a virtual world. SimWorld Sports.
Welcome back, everyone. 64-43, Villanova out in front. It's been a team effort for Villanova on both sides of the ball today. Rebounding defensively, scoring points. They've done everything really well today. Justin Bell is going to limit of 12 points each, tied with a team lead, and Mugen Williams leads the team in rebound with 12 rebounds. He's very close to a double-double with Mugen Williams at 7 points. So if you were those, and he'll have a double-double himself.
And it's a sneaky double-double because, you notice, I really said his name a lot from at the start of the game, yes. But after that, it's just been just when it's needed and the low key, but Villanova has been so explosive. They've been able to pull it out so many times, and it's just very difficult to see where UNLV, even right now, is really going to have a chance to get back in this. And I don't want to call it autopsy early, but, man, I'm starting to feel like we need to go and get the scrubs on.
Feel like we should at some point, right? As Bell hits another one. It's a 20-point lead. Villanova, I can do that quick math, Maestro. You throw a odd number in there, and I'm struggling a little bit, but I say
Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy?
We can do this one. As Wilson fires a pass, trying to find that Hawkins, instead finds himself a turnover as Marius Littman was the one to nab that ball out of the passing lane there. As Williams has it back to Bell on the top of the key. Use the screen from Lovejoy and attacking. Can't quite get it all there.
I'm going to have a camp, Maestro and Nistro's charge and screen camp, just to teach people how to do that.
I like it. I'm gonna have to find a way to get involved in that.
Oh no, you already in there. Don't even worry about it. You already in there.
All right, I love
You're already in there. Don't even worry about it.
Free of charge. No EM from me.
No EM. Yes, right. No EM. As a matter of fact, no EM is for anybody. Just go on and come and hang out.
Come hang out. The Maestro and Maestro's cards and screen check. Coming to a rundown local basketball park near you.
If not, we'll just do it in the mall in the food court. It's fine.
Imagine. That'd be something, I'll tell you. That's a story you'd want to tell somebody. I went to the mall and I saw these.
And you know what?
I can't even go to Bit Maestro.
And you know, B-Ron, what's so sad? I can't even take credit for that. You know, my coach, Sister Mary Hamilton, we were on a road game. We didn't have a place to work out. We actually did do a walkthrough practice in a food court mall. And so I can't even take credit for that.
That is amazing. I was practicing some weird places playing sports, but never in a mall. Never in a mall. And I've seen Air Bud, and they practice using them as basketball. Remember
Exactly.
that? My old, is that my old part, Maestro?
There you go. That's what's up. That's what's up.
If nobody knows what I'm talking about, go and find that classic movie Air Bud. I'm telling you. To say a dog can't play basketball, that won't circle. You can
Dogs
find out otherwise.
Dogs can hoop and white men can jump. There we go.
Yeah, exactly. And we're seeing today that Villanova can play some darn good team basketball.
Oh, yes.
They're doing everything extremely well, Maestro, and we can't really say it enough because that is a step back 3-pointer from Littman. That is more of a heat check kind of shit, I feel like, for him.
So B-Ron, you want the good news for Villanova or the bad news for Villanova first? What you want?
Oh, we're talking Villanova. We can go good news first.
Okay, good news first.
Bad news, but you know.
Okay. Good news for Villanova is, in a little under 6 minutes, you'll be able to leave and get out of here. That's the good news. The bad news is, in terms of a format, the fact that you found out how non-explosive your offense was, and guess what? If we noticed it, there are a lot smarter people. Well, maybe not smarter than B-Ron, but definitely smarter than me, who are sitting in offices right now that be looking at game film, doing pre-scouting, and they're going to figure it out too. And you have to really do a lot to change where you're playing the game to give yourself opportunities the rest of this season.
Yeah, there's going to have to be some adjustments made from this game, especially if you're UNLV. You know, down 20, coming with this game drawing to a close here, about 5 minutes left in this one. If you're UNLV, Maestro, we talk about, you know, burning the film, that kind of thing. I don't think we're going to do that here.
No.
But what kind of lessons can you take away from a game like this? Because we talk about it also at the high school level too. A lot of times in these kinds of games, scouts will watch and see how you react to things. When you get to be of this age, your emotions come into play even more, in my opinion, than when you're 15 to 17 years old. When you're 18, 19, you know, going on 21, 22, as you get to the pro level, your emotions are going to have to be even more in check. And what a ferocious slam that was.
Yes, it was. And hopefully it felt good, because goodness knows it made it a 20-point game. So hopefully he got his money's worth with that and let out some fire.
Gotta get something to cheer about over here. I'm gonna give me a kite over here,
There you go. So B-Ron, to kind of answer your question, if I'm hitting up UNLV right now, what we're going to do is we're going to chart this game as a team. We're going to see how many points we left in the paint. We're going to see how many times that we gave up offensive rebounds. We're going to see how many times we could have had offensive rebounds, but we didn't have enough jerseys on the floor. I'm going to make them get analytical in their approach to start resetting something. In my opinion, I do believe UNLV can be a team. We're not explosive offensively, so what do we need to do? We need to find a way to score in the dark, in the mud, and under the couch. And how do we do that? It starts with offensive rebounds. Making sure whenever we put up a shot, I've got jerseys there to get the rebound and turn those offensive rebounds into points. If I can fix that, a lot of other things are going to take care of themselves.
Yeah, and Maestro, looking at this UNLV team, both these teams for that matter, both of them are very young as Wildcats will take until the timeout here, but both these teams are very young. UNLV has 3 upperclassmen, 2 seniors and a junior. Hawkins and Kelsey Burgett are the seniors on the team. And Aya Wilson's the junior. Everyone else are freshmen and sophomore underclassmen. And Villanova, they don't have any seniors on their squad. They've got 4 juniors. Counting it right, 4 juniors here. So they're gonna have a lot of kids returning next year.
That's powerful. That is powerful because guess what? The more you play within the system, the better you get within that system. The more you play within the conference, the better you get within that conference. Why? Everything starts to slow down. And the reality of slowing the game down makes you faster. You should be a stronger team, but you have to be willing to do what? Step into your errors to fix them. In other words, like I tell people, kiss your frogs first. The stuff that you don't want to do, the nasty and hard stuff, get that out the way because that's going to make kissing the princes and princesses a lot easier later.
I haven't heard that one before, but you know what? I dig it. I like that, Michael. I'm going to incorporate that into my 2025 lexicon here.
There you go. B-Ron, kissing a frog.
It's your frogs first. I like it. It's certainly different, man. We're almost done with this one here, folks. 3:10 left in the contest.
Oh, no.
I mean, closing in. Okay. I will say one of the things that I'm surprised about for UNLV on their end of things, that Hawkins play tonight really wasn't the greatest. 12 points, 6 assists, a atypical night from him. Whereas last night, UNLV gave Donta Walker a quiet night. They ended up coming away with the win anyway, which is hectic. But Ned Hawkins has a quiet night, and Villanova, it doesn't matter.
Right.
It didn't matter.
Well, and it's something you pointed out earlier. You said that Villanova made a marked effort to stop Hawkins, and they definitely did. We saw that with Logan Williams' block of him earlier, and the emotion that he put out saying, "This is our house, this is our house." Those things do really matter. When you're able to execute them and make it happen, it just says a lot about where you are as a team, and the fact that UNLV started uncomfortable and never got comfortable except for a little stint there. And I'll say it again, when A.O. Williams did what he did, when A.O. Williams had that little moment, that would be something that I would look at if I'm one of the coaches and say, okay, this is the sort of play that we need from our guards, because he set the example for them that got them back into this game until Villanova just decided to press the gas.
And Hawkins got the foul call and does convert, and one opportunity there. We spoke about A.O. Wilson, and he's played 23 minutes tonight. He's got 9 points, 3 rebounds, an assist, and a steal as well. So he's definitely done his part.
Yes, he has.
Off the bench again, too. And he does have a -13 on that plus-minus if you're into that.
Not his fault. Not his fault, though.
Yeah.
Not his fault. It's hard to play 1-on-5. It's hard, and sometimes it looks like he was playing 1-on-5. And especially with a team like Villanova, you might be playing 1-on-10. Because those guys can score from anywhere on the floor. They're great facilitators, able to pass, they're able to move, and they leave nothing behind.
And triple and Maestro, they got the height on their side too.
Yes.
This is a team that is one of the tallest in SimWorld U, top 5 in that category, and UNLV middle of the road here in terms of overall height. So this height was going to be a problem for them coming into the game, and it clearly showed.
Yeah, it's one thing to be tall, like you just pointed out, but to be athletic and tall makes you even more dangerous.
That's true, because we all know that kid. Think back to your middle school, high school basketball team who was tall, but that was about it. They were just tall, just be tall. Every team has one of those.
Valencia Whitaker on our women's basketball team was 6'3" in 6th grade. She was 6'3", but that's all she had going on. When she came back in 7th grade, and she must have took ballet classes or something. because she became a monster. It was like all of a sudden she learned how to walk without. I mean, before in 5th grade, I mean, I'm telling you, before she looked like a baby deer that was just born. It was like you know where her legs were going. And all of a sudden she came back and it was like boom.
Yeah, and that's how it works sometimes, and you see it with a lot of the younger kids at the high school or prep level, not used to their height, but as they grow into their body, they get more comfortable in it, and you see the results of it. And I think that's part of the big reason in this game anyway for Villanova. Are they able to walk away with this one? Their height and the ability to use that height effectively was the difference. And you see one of their tall guys right there, Tyreek Acosta-Markham, the junior, adding more points on his total. As this one is going to come to a I can't think of the word for conclusion, Maestro, but a conclusion at least for Villanova, as it'll be an 81-59 Wildcat victory, their 6th in a row for the Wildcats. 7-3 record for the Wildcats. Running Rebels will fall to 6-6, back down to 500 on the year. So, thank you for tuning in for this one. We'll see you later on in the day for the 8 o'clock and 9:30 games on SimWorld TV. Come back for those. Happy New Year again from myself and Maestro. We'll see you later on SimWorld TV.
This has been a presentation